A rampage. Time to take stock. Interest rates are rising with banks of Chicago. Could this be the end of the bear market? A late rally in St. Louis. A utility spree at home. New value in real estate. A diamond rollover turns to gold. Baltimore's blue chipper hits the jackpot in Texas, and the futures are now. Appreciation for a California investment. Dividends outstanding. And a blue sky forecast 5 weeks from closing. No crash, folks. No panic. Full shares for all on This Week in Baseball.
This ESPN Classic program is brought to you by Just for Men. More than a hair color, it's the Rejuvenator. Ends gray in 5 minutes. Looks natural.
Are you ready to see yourself as others see you?
I didn't know I was so gray.
Now escape that old gray look with new Just for Men. More than a hair color, it's the Rejuvenator. Just for Men shampoos away gray in 5 easy minutes and now has vitamins. It brings back a thicker, healthier look that's completely natural.
I like what I see.
Just for Men. More than a hair color, it's the Rejuvenator.
Chili's baby back ribs, flame grilled, double basted. And best of all, you can still taste them on your fingers when you're done.
This is my final plea. I am a gecko. Not to be confused with Geico, which could save you hundreds on car insurance. So stop calling me.
Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
So you want to change your name? People confusing you with Geico, calling you at all hours? What name would you like?
Komodo Dragon, please.
Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
For Valentine's Day, Zales has the Valentine Keepsake Box with chocolate hearts and a diamond heart pendant, all for just $99. Love can be so delicious. At Zales stores nationwide or shop online at zales.com.
The longest field goal in National League history. Here's a snap. The ball is down. Dempsey kicks. It's on the way. It is.
National League close-up. In the West, the Atlanta Braves are still in the race after they almost ran off the track. Times had gotten so tough that newcomer Pascual Perez missed the start when he got lost driving to the ballpark. But the next day, Perez found his way home, holding the Mets to 1 run in 9 2/3 innings. A change of pace for the Braves, who all of a sudden got to see another team run into trouble. A bases-loaded, unassisted double play by Chris Chambliss helped Atlanta rise to the occasion. But the turning point came with 2 outs in the 10th as Hubie Brooks allowed a Mets lead to slip away. Atlanta fans were in a frenzy when the bases were loaded and Pat Zachary threw 4 straight balls to Dale Murphy, pointing the way to a Braves victory. For the empty-handed Mets, their 3rd straight extra inning loss. Now, the next night, the Braves were on the ball again, which is more than you could say for the slumping Mets, who let things get out of hand. It's tough to win when you lead the major leagues in errors, and as Bambi knows, that's a dear price to pay. The Braves also cashed in on another kind of mistake when Chris Chambliss sent a 3-0 pitch on a one-way ride, helping lift Atlanta to a 3rd straight 1-run win. The series finale looked even better to the Braves as Dale Murphy, batting only .215 in August, broke out with a 3-for-4 day that included his 30th homer. Murphy's blast put the Braves ahead to stay, and with late-inning help from Gene Garber, who broke an Atlanta club record with save number 79, the Braves, like Lazarus, were again alive. In Cincinnati, Mr. Red was whistling a happy tune as strikeout specialist Mario Soto made sweet music with an assortment of pitches against the Mets that took the bat right out of their hands. Strikeout of the night, Soto became the first pitcher this season to reach the 200 mark, and he didn't stop there. A virtuoso playing in the key of K, Soto walked no one and struck out a stunned 15 in a complete game performance that brought Mario his 10th victory. In the next two games against the Mets, Soto came back for an encore, taking on the role of pinch runner, and each night he brought down the house. In one game, Mario had to cut loose a little, coming around to score on a 14th inning base hit by Cesar Cedeno. Soto was strolling, the Reds were rolling, and Cedeno was packing them in. Then in Game 3, Ron Oster's 10th inning homer gave Cincinnati a 3-1 victory, and Soto again coasted home with the deciding run. A 3-game sweep, all won by a Soto finish. Now to Chicago for the longest day on the baseball horizon. As the Cubs met the Dodgers, not even old-timer Bill Beck, who's seen it all, had an inkling of what was in store at Wrigley Field. In the bottom of the first inning, nothing seemed out of the ordinary as a fielder's choice made it 1-0 Cubs. Then in the second inning, it looked like another seesaw session at Wrigley as the score was tied. Little did anyone know that for the next 18 innings, the game would remain tied. And while there was plenty of action, there was also a good deal of sound and fury signifying nothing. This long afternoon in the Chicago heat took its toll, and Cub manager Lee Elia was invited to take an early shower. But it was not too hot for the pitchers, as a total of 14 would all lower their ERAs. After 17 innings, the shadows had grown too long, and the game was suspended until the next day when it looked like manager Lasorda's turn to come out swinging. In the 20th inning of day 2, Ron Cey was picked off and then ejected. A very displeased Tom Lasorda had to move Pedro Guerrero to third base, replacing him in the outfield with pitching phenom Fernando Valenzuela, who switched with Dusty Baker, depending on who was at bat. Bob Welch also saw outfield action, and that too kept Dusty hopping. Of course, it figured that this game would be decided in a heated way, and in the 21st inning, a sacrifice fly set off a final explosion. The Dodgers, who had used all 25 players, went on to end 6 hours and 10 minutes of baseball with a 2-1 win. And man, they just don't make them any closer. And in Chicago, they don't make them any greater than number 14, Ernie Banks.
I do want to thank the new Cub organization and the Tribune Company for making number 14 the first Cub uniform ever to be retired. It's a great thrill in my life.
That from a man who provided so many thrills.
I also want to thank all the fans who have given me the cheers. And I can still hear those cheers in my dream today.
More than Mr. Cub, more than a slugger, and more than a Hall of Famer, Ernie Banks, one of the game's finest gentlemen. Hey, Ernie, I can still hear it. It's a beautiful day for baseball, so let's play two. 36-year-old Hal McRae of the Kansas City Royals is having his best season. Recently became only the third designated hitter ever to drive in more than 100 runs. At the rate he's going, Big Hal may soon break the record for RBIs by DH. The current mark is held by a well-traveled man with a tasty swing. Do you know him? Express yourself and stay tuned.
Before you choose a security company, consider this. Only ADT protects your home and family with 3 solid guarantees, plus a special fire safety offer. It's the ADT Fire Protection Package. If you move, we'll install a system in your new home free of charge. If you're not happy with your system, ADT will refund the installation cost and monitoring fees. We'll even save you up to 20% on your basic homeowner's insurance. Call now and get an ADT security system installed from $99. And for a limited time, we'll also include a free ADT fire extinguisher. This invaluable home safety device is manufactured by Ansel, the fire safety leader. So get the peace of mind of the ADT Fire Protection Package. Get the power of ADT.
The ESPN Classic Roadshow is live from the 2001 NBA All-Star Game. Join co-hosts Charlie Steiner and NBA All-Star Chris Webber at the Washington, D.C. ESPN Zone for live interviews and classic NBA All-Star events. Like Michael Slam Duncan in '88 and a magical return in '92. Classic NBA All-Star Game Roadshow starts Saturday at 10 a.m. and goes live at 6. Presented by TiVo and brought to you locally by Comcast. The greatest sports in history are only on ESPN Classic.
American League highlights. In the West, the California Angels may have found the crowning touch as they continue to roll under the watchful eye of cowboy Gene Autry, who recently put his brand on Luis Tiant, returning to the majors from the Tabasco Banana Pickers in Mexico to win 2 of his first 3 decisions. With acquisitions like El Tiante, the Angels feel they're solving the puzzle.
We've improved so much on defense, and we've meshed together better as a ball club. The addition of Boone and Foley and DeSensei in the infield. Reggie has helped, of course, on the offense. That's really helped my pitching. We're just a better ball club than what I have played on in the past.
Jeff Zahn, for one, has given a big boost to a born-again Angel pitching staff that has made believers out of many a doubting Thomas. With 14 wins, the 35-year-old Zahn has already equaled his career high. Another member of the 30 and counting club, Bob Boone, has been rock steady, ranking second on the team in game-winning RBIs. California's archangel of hitting is still carousing at 36. Rod Carew, batting better than .375 in August, .311 overall, is like a number of this year's Angels, a well-schooled master of his art.
Nobody in the league can play ABC baseball, fundamental baseball, any better than the California Angels.
To manager Gene Mock, the fundamentals mean making the extra effort count, taking advantage of mistakes, and executing the routine plays. If all that works, the power game can be awesome.
When we get behind by 4 or 5 runs, we don't really feel that we're out of a ball game, because we know that we've got guys that can get on base, and if we get a Jackson up, he can pop one out and put us right back in the ball game, or Doug DeCincy, or Don Baylor, or Bobby Grich, or Freddie Lynn.
Reggie Jackson and the Angels combined for 60 homers in their first 38 games since the All-Star break. And they've already set a club record for home runs at the Big A. 2 good reasons why the Angels are still flying high in the West.
Over 17 years ago, the Chrysler minivan was born. A vehicle so revolutionary, it quickly became part of the American landscape. Today, the re-engineered and redesigned Chrysler Voyager continues to define the shape of family travel. Even with innovations like dual sliding doors and over 45 standard safety and security features, it's still the most affordable minivan you can buy. Now get a $750 cash allowance on a Consumer's Digest Best Buy.
Yeah?
So, how's my day looking?
Hold on, Carol. Well, there's a conference call at 9. Robert called 6 times. You need to confirm your doctor's appointment. Check your stocks, go over the budget with the Orlando people. Talk to your mother. The plumber was on the phone. Tom's in a meeting all day, but send him a two-way message about the deal. Review the sales projections with Dan in Denver, and check your email at the party tonight.
Okay. Want to get it all done? Get Nextel.
And here's your extra battery.
Oh, thanks.
Nextel.
Sorry, Carol.
More ways than anyone to communicate with everyone.
Come on, people, let's grab some wingy. KFC's new spicy barbecue thingy. Little sweet honey make my tummy singy. Then smoked jalapeno on a long, slow stingy. Each one I eat, my belt goes dingy. Don't clip the last wing. Next time, bring your own. Today, 20 for $6.99, 8 for just $2.99. Small cha-chingy, but not for long.
A special announcement from the American Property Network. You can buy cars for as low as $29 per month. Choose from thousands of cars repossessed and seized by the U.S. Marshal, IRS, FBI, and private organizations. Call 1-800-370-2060. Foreclosed homes and distressed properties are selling for as low as $199 per month. Call 1-800-370-2060. For current auction listings, call 1-800-370-2060. Call toll-free.
The most amazing sports moments of the year? This is just one of them. The ESPY Awards. The red carpet special begins at 8 Eastern, followed by the ESPY Awards at 9. February 12th on ESPN.
Oh, terrific right hand. He's down. New heavyweight champion of the world, Rocky Marciano.
In Kansas City, the Royals think they can bring the Angels down to earth with a lineup that doesn't know how to take it easy. In a 4-game series against Chicago, the White Sox couldn't catch up to the Royals and came down with a case of the Kansas City Blues. Taking 3 out of 4 from the White Sox, the Royals raised their at-home record to 44-17, and that's better than a .700 winning percentage. Things were going so well that a persistent Willie Aikens chugged his way to his first triple in more than 1,700 big league at-bats. In the first game of the series, Larry Gura raised his league-leading one-loss record to 15-8, as the Sox were hampered by a Kansas City defense that ran everything down. Company kept the Royals close in one game as keen-eyed Willie Aikens came up with a score tied in the bottom of the ninth. And there it goes. That ball is going, and it is gone. A 4-3 victory for Kansas City, and a hero's welcome for Aikens as the Royals keep pounding away in the West. A trip to the wide-open spaces of Texas was more than just a shot in the dark for the riddled Baltimore Orioles, trying to find the right combination and gain back ground in the Eastern Division. In the series opener, Eddie Murray, batting .350 over 20 games, provided a quick pick-me-up with this game-tying 2-run homer. The game stayed tied thanks to heads-up plays like this. Then, in the top of the 12th, Rick Dempsey delivered in the clutch. Cal Ripken raced home with a lead run. Al the Bee Bumbry stung a single, and the Orioles went on to a 4-2 win as Texas couldn't hang on. The next night, Cal Ripken was in the right spot again. Just 3 days shy of his 22nd birthday, the rookie belted his 18th homer to tie the game in the 8th inning. Then, with 2 outs and Len Cicada batting with men on first and second, a lucky bounce. Rich Dower scored the winner, and the Orioles took another. In the finale, Jim Palmer, once again the Oriole ace, raised his record to 10-3 with his 8th straight victory. For Earl Weaver, a welcome chance to relax and enjoy a visit from Dr. Longball, as Texas yielded a club record 20 hits. Dan Ford, who needed a good day, went 3 for 6. And Cal Ripken went 5 for 5. In the midst of a 12-game hitting streak, Gary Renicky. Also nice to double twice, Len Cicada. And most encouraging was the form of Ken Singleton, who slammed his 10th homer as the Orioles romped 10-3, sweeping the Rangers and staying in the race. Rusty Staub of the Mets can't be a designated hitter anymore, but he can drive in the runs. With more than 1,400 RBIs, Rusty ranks 4th among all active players. In 1978, Staub was a DH with the Tigers, and the Galloping Gourmet had 121 RBIs, the most ever by a designated hitter. All of a sudden, whenever he left home for the ballpark, everybody knew Rusty Staub.
At Geico, we're always looking for faster ways to process your car insurance claims. One idea, airlifting claims adjusters right to the site of the accident. We're over the target. I don't see the car. It's that little black dot. They're all little black dots. Unlock. Oh, your laptop.
Geico Direct. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Be true, be true, be new, BK for you. BK for you.
Just for you. Burger King has a cheeseburger for every appetite, and they're bigger than the other guys. A tasty single is just 49 cents, a double is just 99 cents, and the delicious new triple cheeseburger is just $1.49.
Yeah.
Be you. Be here.
All right.
Be satisfied.
Be what you do. You do. BK for you. BK for you.
Where's my magazine? Hey, Ray, can you believe that they got Marcus Camby to do the commercial for ESPN the magazine and not me and you?
I don't know, Chris, but, you know, Marcus was pretty good. But we've been perfect for this part.
I know, especially we both subscribers to ESPN the magazine, and we both got the free fleece jacket.
When you eat, live, and breathe sports, ESPN the magazine is where you want to be.
You know, Chris, we need to work on this paddle yo-yo thing. I think that's what ESPN the magazine wants.
Yeah, you're probably right, Ray.
Call now for ESPN the magazine. Bigger, bolder, with words and pictures that zoom right to the heart of the game.
Okay, we need to rehearse this. Check it. How's this? Where's my magazine?
I like that.
Get 26 issues, a year's worth for just $1 an issue. 66% off the newsstand price. And our gray fleece pullover is free.
That's my magazine, man.
Perfect. Call now. 1-800-640-5544.
Say there, friend, you say you're hurting, you say you're feeling down, you'd like a little lift? Well, take heart. The rescue crew is on the way. But sometimes the crew's not for you. Not exactly the kid glove treatment. Oh, well, how about a treatment with these gloves? They've got to be kidding. game, we all get a little wound up. But if you feel like you're going round in circles, just let your hair down. Go with the flow and get into the swim of things, even if you've got that old sinking feeling. The sky's not falling, or is it? Oh, shoot, or parachute. At least practice does make perfect. And now for a little fan-pleasing perfection right on target. In right field, Gary Racich, New York Mets. Ready to go to the wall, Terry Poole of the Astros. In center field, Glenn Wilson of the Tigers. All the way back, Brett Butler of the Braves. And back for a curtain call, the Mets' Gary Racich. Now around the horn. From first, all out at the dugout, Dave Collins of the Yankees. At second, Phil Garner of the Astros. Shortstop Larry Boa of the Cubs. And at third, another Cub, Ryne Sandberg. Again at third, Hubie Brooks of the Mets. At shortstop, Bill Allman of the White Sox. And the Astros, Dickie Thon. That's second baseman Brian Giles of the Mets. Finally, quick thinking on the mound from super cool Rick Camp of the Atlanta Braves. Now, keep your eye on this. Bottom of the 12th inning, Giants and Cardinals tied at 4, 2 outs, bases loaded, a 1-2 count on the batter, and breaking for home here is Glenn Brummer. He's safe. A bummer for the Giants, and the game-winning steal for the Cardinals' number 3 catcher. Relief ace Raleigh Fingers of the Brewers recently enjoyed a unique accomplishment of his own. With this final out against Seattle, Milwaukee's Super Saver became the first pitcher in baseball history to record 300 saves. Finally, the Dodgers' Jerry Royce, recipient of this week's Gillette Special. In finishing up the 21-inning marathon against the Cubs, Royce starred in relief, pitching 4 one-hit shutout innings to get the victory. The wheels of strategy kept turning that day as the Los Angeles left-hander, who had just gained his first win over the Cubs in 4 years, then started the regularly scheduled game. Royce rolled merrily along, working 5 more innings while gaining his second victory to double his pleasure at Wrigley. Congratulations, Jerry. That's all for now, folks. See you next week on This Week in Baseball.